This is not clickbait. Legit, you could get your rent paid for an entire year up to 15 months. Of course, conditions will have to apply. If you want to hear what those conditions are, and if you want me to walk you through the process in getting everything set up to get the funds dispersed to your landlord, stay tuned for the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Johanna and you are now watching Clueless Tech Finds. I make videos about clueless tech. Like sometimes I'm just here minding my own business and I just figure out like the craziest things in technology and in business and so forth. And a lot of the videos are pretty random but very useful, and I would admonish you to just hit the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel. And for those who have not clicked the notification bell beside the subscribe button, please do that so that every time I drop a new video you get notified right away. So a few things before I get into the demonstration showing you how you could apply for this money. I can vouch for Allegheny County definitely, but the ERAP is basically stands for Emergency Rental Assistance Program, and it stems across the whole United States. But disclaimer, I do not want to tell you that it can work for your area because I live in one area and it worked for me. I am not too sure if it can work for other states or other counties outside of the Allegheny County in Pennsylvania. But if you live in Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, you definitely would want to stay tuned for what I'm about to show you, because I'm going to give you an exact preview of how I did it. The site you want to go to is covidrentrelief.alleghenycounty.us. It's going to take you here. You're going to scroll all the way down and it tells you before you apply, these are the things you need: your unemployment determination letter, lease agreement, utility bills, W-2 forms, pay stubs, or award letters. Now your W-2 forms would be like the best thing to submit, because that way they get to see whether or not you're earning what you say you're not earning so that you could qualify. And it says social security numbers for everyone in your household. So you click apply, log in. You have some other information here. If you are applying on behalf of someone, you could do that too. And then there's something for non-English speakers. Here is a number there. So we click continue. Now, if you have not signed up, you could sign up. If you already have an account, you log in. Now, if you have already applied, you'll see your application information here. This is the total amount of months that has been applied for, and then they say the total months available would be 11 months. And then this is the amount that I got for rent, 4 months, and then for electricity, that's the amount there. It should be 4 months also. So there's a section that says request additional months of assistance for rent or utilities here. Apply. Emergency Rental Assistance Program requires you to re-verify your information every 3 months. This means you need to review your application and make any updates. If you provided annual income documentation, W-2, etc., you will not need to provide updated versions of these documents. So you click agree. Now the thing is that the process for someone who's just applying is totally different. So you would definitely not see what you're seeing here, but it's very straightforward. All you have to do is submit what they ask you for. So please select which assistance you are requesting. I'll click both utility and rent. So it says the pre-selected months below have been requested and paid for rental assistance. Select the months which you are applying. So I'm going to apply for August. Selecting yes to any of the following questions may require additional documentation for information to be provided. Have you moved since the last time you requested? No. Has your landlord or who you pay rent charge changed since? No. Has your monthly rent changed since? No. Okay. Do you need additional utilities assistance? Yes. Click next. You're asking, do you need help paying your utilities? It came back to this, so you just click no. I don't know why that is that way. Before you submit this request, please make sure that all your utility details are completed. If you do not have all your utility information with you at this time, you can leave the screen by submitting and return to complete at a later time. After clicking save and submit, you can return to your application. So save and submit. Are you sure you want to submit these updates for additional assistance requests? You'll not be able to make any changes. So let me go back to yes. It says add utility details. Okay, so I had paused the recording and I totally forgot to record the part where they were telling me that I couldn't apply for any more assistance for electricity because I'm not owing any money on my electricity bill. So I went back and I chose rent only, and then I submitted it, and then they said, thank you, your request for additional months of rent will be reviewed. Now, because I submitted my W-2, I didn't need to like go back in and upload all these additional documents because your W-2 shows them all your taxes, what you earn, what you pay to the state, and all these things. It was easier than the first time. So I went back to the main screen and I see where up here kind of changed. So initially when we came in, this, I think it had that the payment was processed and that it went through. Now it came off of that, it went like it stuck at landlord outreach, and now it's at rent payment processing. You see the additional month here, which is August. Well, that would be the owing month. So I guess I'll just wait and see what happens eventually. Before you fill out the application, the process takes on average 2 months, and it depends. I would figure that it depends on your landlord or the type of organization that you're working with. My landlord is Brandy Wine, and basically they are the ones who let you know or notify you that this program actually exists. Of course, they would want you to pay your rent, and they want everyone to pay their rent, so they always encourage persons to apply for the program so they could get their money faster and in lump sum, I guess. Also, as long as you apply and you get your application number, I think it's like a six character length code that you could send to your landlord showing them proof that you actually applied for the assistance program, and they usually wait it out until the funds are dispersed to them. So you could go for like a month or 2 or even 3 months without paying your rent without getting evicted, because they know that they're gonna get the money for sure because you applied. They would not expect you to know that you're not eligible and then apply. So if you're worried about getting your rent paid for the next 2 or 3 months, if your landlord will have you just apply and then submit your application information, they will definitely wait for you to get your rent paid. For the entire process, they actually let you know what stage they're at. So there are different stages. They're letting you know that your application was received, it's being reviewed. They are going to reach out to the landlord, and your funds are being dispersed. Like, they let you know every step of the way what part of the process they're at, so they don't leave you in the dark wondering whether or not you have been verified. When your application has been verified and they have decided that they will give you the funds, they're going to send you an email both to yourself and to your landlord telling you, please see attached, please allow 2 to 3 days for the funds to post. And then they're going to say this message, and then they're going to send you a letter saying, the Allegheny County Emergency Rental Assistance Program was established as an emergency response to COVID-19 health pandemic to provide funds to support eligible households that become unemployed, experience a reduction in annual household income, incurred increased household expenses, or experience other financial hardship related to COVID-19. It further goes on to say, ERAP funds may be used to assist renter households with up to 12 months of rent expenses it incurred between March 2020 and December 31, 2021. Then it says, this letter is sent as notification that the following ERAP funds have been dispersed to provide emergency rent assistance on your behalf or your landlord. Then it tells you the amount, your application number, the amount that you were approved for. And this is like a little under the amount that I had applied for. I think I applied for March, but because I already paid my March rent, they did not approve me for March because of course I paid March's rent already. And then it says it has your tenant name, your address, and then shows you the months that you're approved for. Now I did not apply for all 12 to 15 months because I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, so I was just trying a thing. So I was like, okay, let me just apply for 4 months to see if I get the money. So I got the money, and it says if you need additional months of assistance, this is a sweet part, this is a cherry on top. It says if you need additional months of assistance, please contact us within 15 days of the next month in which you need payment. You may do this through your online ERAP application by sending an email to blah 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 with your name and application number, or by calling blah 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 basically. And then it says upon receipt and acceptance of the above described funds, you acknowledge these funds represent rent for the months and tenancy defined above. No eviction proceeding may be initiated or continued for these months and these funds. So basically, I guess as long as you apply for the program, your landlord basically can tell you whether or not you should pay your rent because you applied for it. So they have to legitimately I guess just wait for you to have the funds dispersed or find out whether or not you were approved. Now this is the initial letter that you'll get when you apply the first time. Now in this video prior to that, I just showed you that I applied the second time to get August's rent, and it was pretty easy. I didn't have to submit anything else. And then after I applied for that, a few minutes after that, they sent me another one of those letters, and then they said if I need to apply for additional months of rent, I should just do it 15 months within 15 days of the next month in which I need the payment. So this is pretty awesome. As per usual, guys, don't hesitate to drop me a comment down below. I always answer every livid question that I am able to answer in all of my videos on all of my channels for everyone who posts questions, because I totally like the idea of just helping people because people just need help. And I have like my main lifestyle channel, which I always link it in my description boxes down below. You could just check that out and follow me on IG. I don't know, and if you want to check me out on social media, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.